Well, greetings, BCOT247 students. This is Mr.D. This is week 13 of our 16-week course. I think it is 16-week course here at Cerritos College. So we have 4 weeks to go, counting this week. And this week we're going to be looking at Chapter 9 on informal reports. And so the next couple of chapters are going to be dealing with reports and proposals. And so we'll be talking about the difference. We're not going to be doing any papers. Typically, I would do in this course a final paper that's either a proposal or a report, but because we're doing the mock interviews, I'm not going to be doing the writing assignments. So, but I do want you to understand the chapter and the concepts and what's the difference between a proposal and a report, and what's the difference between a unsolicited proposal versus a solicited proposal, and those kinds of things. And it's important for you to know because in the business world, there's proposals that are solicited. We call it a request for proposal. That's a solicitation for a proposal. And then, of course, we have unsolicited, which requires that you would write in a manner that you're trying to persuade the person to consider your proposal because they didn't request it. You're presenting it to them unsolicited. So those are the things you're going to be looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and let's see if this works. And I apologize for being casually dressed today. I just got back from being out of town, so that's why I am casually dressed. But I'm going to go ahead and select our course here. I'm going to go ahead and select module number 3 because that's where we're at, because we're winding down very quickly here. And so we're looking here then at week number 13. And so as you know, we do have 4 mock interviews scheduled for this week. And if you've not signed up yet, you still can. For this week, the first one's going to be on Wednesday, then we're going to have one on Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday morning. So make sure you do sign up. Everyone's got to either be interviewed or be an interviewer. And so you need to pick the date and time that works for you. And if you notice here this week, we have 4 times. We have another 4 times next week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And so make sure you sign up for one or the other, either being interviewed or to be interviewed or to interview somebody, and you only have to do it one time. So pick one of the 8 days to do one or the other, and all you need to do to sign up for that is just select the date. So I'm going to go ahead and select Wednesday here, and when you do that, if you come down to the bottom, you can select the word reply right here, and you can just once you select that, you can type in this box that pops up whether or not you want to be interviewed or whether you want to be an interviewer. Now, just keep in mind, I do need people that are willing to be interviewed. And if that's the case, hopefully it'll be a good experience for you as you'll be answering questions that other students are posing. So if you're going to be interviewed, I do need you to submit by clicking this attach button right here. You might have to do it more than once, but continuing to click this attach button to add your job description that you used for your resume, and then of course your resume and your cover letter, and then you would just select post reply. You can't really see it, but now you can behind my picture on the screen. Once you've attached it, you can click post reply, and then people will see what you're going to be doing. So anyway, I'm filling in this form here. We do have enough for Wednesday. So Prissa's going to be interviewed, and then these 4 people are going to be interviewing her. And if anyone else signed up since then to be interviewed, I'll be adding them here. Anyone else who signed up to be an interviewer, I'll add them here. And I'm hoping to have at least 2 interviews at each one of these 8 meetings that we're going to have. So that's that, but make sure you sign up. If you don't sign up, you're going to miss out on the points. It's a 200-point assignment. It's a very high because I think it's very critical and important that you go through this process of this interview. So sign up either for sometime this week or sometime next week. And don't wait till the last minute, especially if you're going to be interviewed. And then if you're an interviewer, you need to come up with some questions that you're going to be asking the person, at least 2 questions per person. And those questions should be based off of the job description, the resume, and the cover letter that were submitted by the person that you're going to interview. And you'll be at least looking at hopefully 2 people's job description, 2 people's resumes, and 2 people's cover letter, and you're going to be posing or creating some questions off of that. Of course, all of this is found in the mock interview assignment explanation, so make sure you read that thoroughly and that you understand exactly what needs to take place prior to the actual interview date and time. So that was last week. By the way, last week you did finish your resume, and the prior week to that you did do your cover letter. So based off of those 3 things, as well as homework 11, your job search. That's what we're basing this interview on. So that was last week. This week again, we're going to be doing 4 interview days. You have your check-in assignment for chapter 9, which is the one on reports. You have a PowerPoint. You have your homework, which is primary research assignments. So I want you to find some primary research, looking for some kind of a study or a report that's done. And then, of course, you have a quiz on chapter 9. And then rolling into next week, we have 4 more mock interviews. So again, sign up for one of those if you don't sign up this week. And then we'll be looking at chapter 10 next week. So that's the plan for right now. If you have any questions or issues, if for some reason you can't be interviewed, either your technology doesn't allow it, then I'm going to probably give you a different assignment to do to make up those 200 points, which will probably be a 6-page report or a proposal. So I think the interview is going to be a lot easier. Hopefully you'll be able to work it out, even if you have to borrow a computer from the computer lab at the school, or whether you need to borrow a family member's if you don't have a camera on yours. So anyway, if you have any questions or issues, please get a hold of me right away. I do have my office hours on Wednesday at 12:30 to 1:45, so you can also join me then. But that's it for this week. Be watching for another video from me next week as we're winding down quickly. So if you, again, have a great week, everyone. If you have any issues or questions, please get a hold of me right away. If not, make sure you sign up for the mock interview and get your name on one of those lists, okay? See you all next week.